I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I don't know what's up with Zoom, man. It used to work for me, and then all of a sudden now nothing. So I just stick with WhatsApp. It's easier.
You know what it is? I think there's like a million people using it now. You know what I mean? No one ever used Zoom before. Now it's like,
Yeah, probably crazy.
all right, this is so freaking cool here with Marc Rizzo. How you doing, man?
Great, man. How's it going?
Real good, real good. Congratulations on your new band, Hail the Horns.
I appreciate it, man. I'm super stoked to get that going, and gonna hit the road in November. Got a little tour booked, so I'm excited, man. Between that and my solo project and my other project, Revenge Beast.
That Hail the Horns is a popular name, apparently, man. Did you see Rob Halford just named his beer the same thing?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was announced yesterday. Actually, it's Hail and Horns.
Oh, Hail and Horns. Oh,
Yeah.
we're Hail the Horns. It's very, very different. Yeah, we'll have to look into that, man. We'll see what
Yeah, you
what
might.
the deal is with that.
Yeah, you might have to send him a cease and desist. Get that over.
I'm sure he'll send it to us. So it happens,
So, how'd you guys get together, man? You, Tony, and Opus.
So basically, me and Tony have known each other for over 10 years, long time, touring together with all our different bands. And, we were in Soulfly together for about 5 or 6 years and always worked great together. And, we always hung out. And it was just a very natural thing. We've always talked about doing a project together. And now's the time to do it. We both have the time. So we're going full steam ahead with it. And, I think the fans are going to be excited. And I think the fans were very excited when they first heard about Tony and I and Opus linking up together.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. I remember I seen Opus posted because he could finally at least release the cat out of the bag and mention that you guys were together. I was like, I can't wait to hear what you guys are doing, man.
Yeah, it's gonna start off as more a lot of covers from all the bands that we've been involved with. We all have a huge back catalog of songs we can play, but we also have originals. We're gonna start putting some originals up really soon.
That's awesome, man. I mean, it's going to give the fans a real treat when they go and see you guys. They get all the classics of what they want. You know what I mean?
You're gonna hear all the songs from bands that you know us for, and then some. So
now, out of the songs to put out first, man, what made you choose Kiss?
Honestly, it wasn't my choice. I'm not the biggest Kiss fan in the world, honestly. I respect Kiss a lot, but it's not really my thing. But I do like God of Thunder. Out of all the Kiss songs, God of Thunder was always probably my favorite Kiss song. But Opus and Tony, they're huge Kiss fans. Tony's a huge Kiss and Gene Simmons fan. So it was really their idea to start with that. And, we're all laid back and chilled, and we all like to basically go with each other's ideas and support each other. So I was like, let's do it. So God of Thunder was the first song that we tracked and just happened to release, and I think Tony did an incredible job singing and playing on the song. So I think it's cool. If you're a Kiss fan, you're going to love our version of it.
Now, when was the last time you spoke with Max?
I haven't talked to him since March of 2020, right when we the last show we played together, Heaven Hell in Mexico. Big show, that was the last time I talked to him on that tour. That was it, and I haven't talked to him since. So it's been over a year,
So you guys were more of a business relationship rather than a friendship.
I mean, I always consider us friends, everything was cool, but shit happens, man. I mean, listen, looking back at things and everything that's going on right now, look, it's not easy to be in a band, it's not easy, especially when a band like Soulfly that's obviously very much more family oriented, as far as their family and stuff.
Right.
So it is what it is, man. I think the fact that I lasted 18 years, I think that showcases my loyalty, my friendship, and my work ethics, because most people only lasted maybe 2 or 3 years, so I'm proud that I lasted 18 years, and that my patience level is pretty high, but shit happens, man. Honestly, man, the media is turning this into something that it's really not that big of a deal to me, honestly. I'm super stoked to move forward. Everything that's been going on, man, it's not a big deal to me. I'm very excited with my solo project, Hail the Horns. I've been having great solo shows, man. So I'd rather just talk about all that stuff and move forward with my life.
No, I totally understand, man. I was just, just trying to figure things out and go through
Yeah,
there.
no, I get it, man. I get it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, is there any material that you might appear on? I mean, for the next album, or no? Did you do any recording or?
I did do some recording on the new Soulfly record. Whether they keep it or not, I don't know. It was probably the most not active of me putting input in for some reason. I really was not part of the writing at all on this record. I guess that's part of things that have been going on these last couple of years. Not a big deal to me. I basically just did solos for that record and was told that that's all I ever did. That's not 100% true, but it is what it is. And it's cool, man. I always considered my solos either way a song within a song. I've always looked at solos as part of the writing process. Also, I mean, there's records that I have bought just because I love the solos, and I don't even like the music of the vocals. I just love the guitar solo. So everybody has their opinion on the importance of guitar solos on records.
Well, I mean, dude, you're one of the top guitarists out there. I mean, you're so talented. You can go from any style too, which is amazing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Now, you really are showing how hard it was on musicians during the pandemic. I mean, it was a rough year for everybody, and it really goes to show that it put a lot of bands to the test, to see if they would survive or not. I mean, you could see your point in case right there with you.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I talked about it in one of my first interviews. I'm not looking for sympathy. It's just people need to realize that for musicians that are touring musicians, it was impossible for guys like me who basically are a hired gun, quote unquote, to get any sort of assistance. It was basically like your band hooked you up with a loan through the government, or you didn't get it. And that's what happened to me. I didn't get any loans. I didn't even want a loan. Honestly, I'm proud that I didn't take a loan out. And I went and got a job and got back to, my work ethics that I grew up doing before I hit the road. So I'm actually glad I didn't get any of those type of loans. But it was very difficult, and people ask me about it. I want to tell my story, about how difficult this year was. And I want to talk about, the people who supported me, guys like Nick Bell at God Size Booking, and my good friend Opus, drummer and Hail the Horns. And, these guys were there for me. Showed a lot of support and got me back on the road, where after 6 months of working my job, I was doing home renovations and stuff. They got me back on the road doing shows in the States that were open. So I'm very loyal to them now and grateful for all their support that thought about me to make one.
Now, this really shows the fans what it's like. I mean, I'm sure in everyone's mind, they just think you're a rock star and you just got buckets load of cash. You know what I mean? It's got to show people that really need to buy tickets and they got to buy merch, and if they want to see these bands continue.
Well, it basically was a survival thing, and I did what I had to do, and a lot of musicians, some people made out. Some people got these loans, and they made out and they made money. Some people did. And then there was people like me who were basically a hired gun and treated like a hired gun during this whole pandemic. And we had to fend for ourselves. And basically that's where the decision came, where, 6 months into being home during COVID, I was like, man, I don't want to do Soulfly. And I just don't see the point. After 18 years of giving my heart and soul and my loyalty and being away from my family for 3-4 months at a time, giving up my personal life, I was like, this just doesn't make sense anymore, especially at my age, 44 years old, to have to deal with the situation that was dealt. So, but it is what it is, man. That's life.
How ironic is it that a band that you quit, El Nino, was one of the people who contacted you to help you bring in some money in when you guys got back together this year?
That's right. It's very ironic that the band I quit back in 2002 reached out to me. We had some talks a year prior. Just talking, catching up. Time heals everything. And my good friend Laz from El Nino and Dave Shabari, they hit me up, said, "Hey man, we're all hurting. Why don't we do this reunion, this live feed, where we could generate some ticket sales for from the fans and walk away with a little bit of money to help everyone out during this crazy time." So we did it. We went out and we played some songs off the Revolution record. It's the 20-year anniversary of that. And it was a great experience, man. And, I think it showcases a lot of maturity in the band that we got together for the fans. And we're able to do this live feed for the fans and also generate some money to help, the crew and the band members of El Nino and myself. So it was a great experience, man. It really opened up my eyes again to things going on in my life.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad you guys were able to reconnect. And it was, from what I've seen from footage and stuff, it was an amazing show.
Yeah. We're going to do more.
Now, Soulfly, I would say, would be more of a club act, right? I mean, playing in clubs when you guys were going on tour, things like that.
Here in the States, it was more clubs on a smaller level, but overseas in Europe, it was always big festivals. Same with in South America, so it just depends what markets we were in.
But now when you're part of this, I hate to use the word, but supergroup with, obviously with the three of you, you're probably in a better level than where you were with Soulfly. I mean, you guys are going to probably play a little bit of a higher caliber around here because people are going to want to see you.
You would think. I mean, I don't think so. Maybe some people may think so, and that's awesome. I hope we can start off at a higher level, obviously, but we're doing this on a very small level. 3 guys in a van, no bus. It's going to be very just DIY, work your ass off type of project. So I don't think we'll be. We're hoping to get on some big festivals and stuff. But we definitely, I know we will be starting off playing little bars, and man, I'm cool with that. I got no problem playing in front of 50 people at a bar. I did that with Soulfly all the time too. We went from playing big festivals, and then the next night we played a little bar. It doesn't mean any difference to me. I still give 100% on stage.
Now, out of things you've learned from being with Soulfly throughout the years, are you going to use any of that knowledge going forward with your own band?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, that's basically the whole idea behind Hail the Horns, man. Is to just go out where it's all for one for all type of project. 3 dudes in a van, maybe even a car. We're about 3 guys walking away with what they're entitled to what they've worked for. We're not bringing out any extra people. It's not going to be any extra baggage on the road with us. It's just going to be 3 dudes out there giving 100%, hustling, working their asses off. So yeah, that's the whole idea. Is everything that we've learned over the years for the 3 of us. We plan on being very smart about how we run our business with Hail the Horns.
Now, I mean, you seem like you're more like at ease now, man. Is it more just being on your own level, being able to be in control of all aspects of your life now? That's got to feel amazing.
Well, I'll tell you, man. I mean, this new feeling for me really hit me probably about 6 months ago. Again, 6 months ago, I knew I wasn't going to do Soulfly. How it all was going to unfold, I wasn't really sure, and honestly, I didn't really care. I was concentrating on doing my solo project. If you look back at my social media, I've been very active doing my concerts, traveling all over the place. You'll never see that on the Soulfly social media. There was never any support for me for my solo project, which is fine, but you can go back and look at my social media. See, I was on the road, I was working, doing my thing. And I've been at ease and just chill and very excited for the future since back in February, man. And all the fans that came out to support me at my solo gigs these last couple months, a big thank you. It was a huge thing for me to see the fans come out and enjoy my concert during this crazy pandemic. So big thank you to the fans.
Now, you say you knew you were done with the band about 6 months ago, and the Soulfly tour was announced, I think, June. Was there any chance of you still being on this tour, or did you know that you were just done?
Dude, after the year I had, bro, there was no way I would have been able to get back on that bus with everybody. There was no way. I just was not in the state of mind to get back on the bus, with a bunch of people that I haven't even talked to in a year, let alone, other things. I knew I couldn't get on that bus. I mean, honestly, I basically had a meltdown about everything about a month ago. It happens. I've been through a lot of shit, man, a lot of shit. And yeah, there was no way I was going to be able to do that tour mentally. I just wasn't there anymore. And I just, just was didn't have it in me, you know.
Well, I mean, you're better off then, man. I mean, if it comes down to that, your own personal health, your own mental health, you know what I mean?
Mental health. Oh yeah, yeah. There was no way I could have mentally be healthy on the bus with everybody. There's no way. And trust me, and out of respect to them, they probably would not want to be on the bus with me either, man. You know, I can have meltdowns from time to time. So it works for everybody both ways, man. And I'm definitely in a better headspace now. Super excited to start my tour tomorrow that I'm about to start. You know, it's just better for everybody.
So you've been playing shows all throughout the year, man. I mean, how has that been? Has it been a little scary? Has it been cool?
Well, when it started off, you know, I mean, personally, I wasn't scared for myself. You know, I know this is a very controversial topic. I was worried about family members and everything going on. You know, I have some elderly, you know, older mother, you know, aunts, uncles, family, nieces, nephews, and stuff. But you know, I wasn't too concerned when I first hit the road and started flying. I did everything, wore a mask. You know, I did everything, and then as things I started going to these other states that were more open. Obviously, things were a lot more lenient. You know, I just did the proper precautions. I mean, the one thing I will say about doing my solo project is it's just me, man. I mean, so it's as safe as you could get as far as touring. I'm just going out by myself. I'm staying in a hotel by myself. If I'm renting a car to drive from show to show, it's usually just me. I'm on the road all alone. I'm playing to a backing track. So it's probably the safest way you could tour and travel as far as being safe on the road. And so we'll be the same with Hail the Horns. It's just going to be 3 dudes in the band. So, I mean, as far as the tour going, you know, it was, I think, the safest way to go during this crazy period.
Now it's got to start getting a little frustrating now when you see so many bands out there that are getting a case of COVID and having to cancel the tour, postpone thing, or venues that are doing new restrictions, stuff like that. I mean, you know, this is the way you make a living, man. You got to go out there one way or another, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, man, I've been having a great year these last 6 months doing my solo project. And that's just from going to the states that are open, states that aren't as congested. I mean, I live in New Jersey. We're one of the most congested, populated states, you know, in the country. I was going to states like Montana, you know, and doing 4 or 5 shows in a row. I was going down to Texas, you know, doing 2 weeks. I did down there with Whiskey Dick, you know. I'm going to Florida, states in the Midwest. So I'm fine with doing that, man. You know, and again, it's just me by myself, just playing guitar alone. You know, so I'll continue doing that. You know, if things get locked down again, I'm just going to go to the states that are open and knock on wood. You know, I've had a very healthy year, man. I'm just taking care of myself. You know, and people that know me know I try to eat healthy. I definitely exercise every single day. So you know, I think staying healthy and keeping your immune system up has always been a very important thing to me.
Now routing's got to be kind of a nightmare when when you're doing that, figuring out what's open and what's going on.
Well, again, you know, big props to Nick Bell and my friend Opus, you know, for getting me to those states, and also my good friend Chris Polone down in Texas, who helped me book in Texas. My good friend Jeff, Phil Filgren, but I may be saying that wrong. You know, he works for Godsize. You know, they did a great job routing me and thinking about, you know, what bars are open, what clubs. I mean, I'm just playing little bars, man. You know, 50 people show up, it's a good show, and I'm not asking for a lot of money. It's a very reasonable amount, and I'm able to get by just going on stage and just playing to a backing track and playing alone by myself. And I've been doing this for years anyway, so very grateful.
That's awesome, man. Good for you. Now, I know you got a solo project coming out next month, and I've gotten a chance to check out some of the tracks on there. It's like you put all your heavy stuff on one thing, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's always been something I heard in the past about my solo records is the fans that love the acoustic stuff, and then there's the fans that love the heavy stuff. So I think right now was a good time to put out a greatest hits record of mine of just all the heavy stuff, dedicated to all the metalheads, you know, because the metalheads are the ones that really come out to support me. So I figured, let me put out a greatest hits record of all my heavy shred stuff, and you know, again, Nick Bell over at Godsize Records, man, he's done a wonderful job getting me pressed during this crazy time and booking my shows and releasing my new solo record. So I'm excited.
And then your death metal project, what's going on with that?
So then I have my other death metal project that I've been doing for the last year during COVID, recording, called Revenge Beast. And everybody can check out the links that are all over my social media. It's on my YouTube channel. We got like 2 or 3 songs up, and we will be releasing a full length very soon too. And I'm very excited, man. I got some great musicians in that project. We have a very cool way of recording, of sending tracks back and forth. And, you know, the music, it speaks for itself, man. You know, it's super heavy death metal, super technical. And eventually we do plan on getting out there and doing some touring, doing some shows. So I'm excited for that also.
Awesome, man. I'm glad to see you're keeping busy. You know, you're doing your thing, and it's great. Now, with Hail the Horns, man, there's so many possibilities of awesome merch. You guys got anything out yet, or you got something you're planning?
We got one of the sickest logos I've seen in a long time, which is up on one of our flyers online. And we will be making merch. Yeah, we are about to get a merch company involved. We're going to start ordering things online. It's going to be cool merch. I mean, we definitely plan on you know, pushing the merch very hard, because, you know, Hail the Horns is such a universal style name for a band. So it's going to be a good thing, man. You know, this is a band that's for the fans. You know, we're fans, and we're creating a project that is for the fans.
That's awesome, man. Now, do you guys have any more things recorded besides the Kiss track? You guys got anything coming out soon, or?
Yes, very soon. I think we've talked about it. We're going to just jump in and make an original song next. So that hopefully will be out within the next month or two. I'm working on it right now. You know, I'm always writing. That's a very unknown fact that people don't realize. You know, I think people have this misconception that I'm just like a shredder and I just solo. And that definitely was the vibe with Soulfly that was being pushed on the fans. That I'm just a shredder. I just shred all day. You know, dude, I'm a songwriter, bro. I mean, a lot of those early El Nino songs that were big hits, I had a major part in the writing of those songs. You know, with Christian and Dave Shavari. You know, I'm a writer. I'm a songwriter. As much as I love to sit down and shred, I also love to write. And that's another major part of, you know, why I'm moving forward too, because, you know, I definitely was not getting my proper, you know, acknowledgement for being a writer. And I love to write. So that being said, I plan on going like full forward with Hail the Horns and writing music nonstop with Tony and with Opus. You know, we're all equal partners, and the same with Revenge Beast, man. You know, dude, I think the fans are really going to be like, when they hear Revenge Beast, they hear Hail the Horns, they hear my new solo record that I'm working on for next year. They're going to be like, man, this kid really, you know, showcased his songwriting.
Now, what style of music is Hail the Horns going to be when you put out your original stuff?
Good question. You know, it's obviously going to be heavy, but you know, we have some real talent in the band that I wasn't even aware of. Like Tony can sing. I always knew he was more of a growler, death metal style, like he did in Assassino. But he's showcasing that he can sing, hit notes. You know, like God of Thunder. You know, that's a melodic style of singing. And he's even showed me some demos of him singing some Alice in Chains. I mean, so this opens up a whole new world of what we can get into. So I think Hail the Horns is definitely going to have some super heavy, technical death metal style stuff. But then I think we're going to turn around and hit a heavy version of like an Alice in Chains type of vibe, you know? So the sky's the limit with Hail the Horns. And Revenge Beast, though, is just going to be straight up old school slam core death metal, man. You know, like what I grew up on as a kid, like Suffocation, Cannibal Corpse. That's that style of death metal, which I love so much.
That's awesome, man. I really can't wait to hear that stuff. I love that shit.
Me too.
So people that are watching this, they want to follow up. They want to hear the music. They want to buy tickets to your shows. They want to know more about you. Where do they go? What do they do for everything?
Just follow me on social media, man. You know, I'm very active on my Facebook pages, specifically my like page. That's the popular one. Instagram, Marc Rizzo Rip and Shred. I have my Marc Rizzo YouTube channel. So a lot of these projects right now, I'm putting more up on my own page just because I have more followers, because I've been working social media now for quite a while. So just follow me on all my social media, and I'm very active on it. I mean, I do my live feeds. When this pandemic hit, it was like, all right, I've been doing live feeds from home for the last 6, 7 years, man. It wasn't anything new for me, so I just continued doing my Facebook live feeds, where I'm performing, all the songs that you know me for. I take requests. It's a good time. It's a party on my social media, man, because I just sit down like you are right here, talk to fans, play guitar, take requests, answer questions. So I'm very active on all my social media.
Awesome, man. Well, it was a pleasure having you on the show. I'm glad to see that you're doing so many great projects, and I can't wait to see what's next from you.
Thank you, dude. I'm stoked.
All right, man. Take care of yourself.
You too, man. Have a good one.